Hi, John. We're just flying up the Des Moines River now to the confluence with the Raccoon. And you're about to see, I think you can see it now, Sec Taylor Stadium. You can see that the water has now compromised the outfield wall of the stadium. As we all know, they poured $9 million into this place to make it the show place for the I-Cubs of Des Moines. The outfield, a good portion of it has been destroyed. The seats are okay, and everything under the concession and everything, they're okay for now. It looks as though, however, that the first base side dugout does have water pouring into it, and that is going to compromise part of those facilities below the stands. It looks like the actual seats themselves are okay. Again, Sec Taylor, a very picturesque spot there at the confluence of the Raccoon and the Des Moines, but unfortunately, it's in the line of sight as far as Mother Nature and what she wants to do to the Metro. This is a very dramatic shot and so sad after so much work was done by Kent Granquist and the voters of Des Moines who voted to get that bond issue passed to get this thing set up. Parking lots are going to need a lot of cleanup if the asphalt is not compromised. The parking lots will certainly need to be cleaned up. Again, it looks as though for the most part the seats are okay. The dugouts are under a few feet of water. There's people down there waiting around. The infield is okay so far, but again, you know, for every inch the Des Moines or Raccoon River rises, that's another inch of water inside Sec Taylor Stadium. Who knows how long it's going to be and whether Sec Taylor Stadium will survive any more than John O'Donnell Stadium did in Davenport. It's just hard to tell right now. And now we're back at the confluence of the Des Moines and Raccoon Rivers, and again Sec Taylor Stadium. And frankly, John and Kim, Sec Taylor Stadium looks worse now than it did when we were just over it 10 minutes ago. I'm running out of words to describe what I'm seeing from this vantage point. I'm sure even just watching a monitor down there at News Center 13, it must strike you as awesome and fearful at the same time.
It truly does, and as I said earlier, as we passed by Sec Taylor, it looks to be like an island of its own, and as you said, the water is getting higher and higher. We saw that water at North High earlier this morning, Jim, as you mentioned, at a certain level, and in the last few hours, it's gotten higher there, too. All of these pictures we're seeing as we go by over them, the water's getting higher.
Some of the downtown flooding in Des Moines, Sec Taylor Stadium.
Over the years, that ballpark has earned the nickname Two River Stadium, and unfortunately, that's very true right now. There's the left field warning track river and the right field warning track river. This is the look from outside the ballpark today, and as you can see, water coming up from the Des Moines and Raccoon Rivers, particularly the Raccoon River, presenting a problem for the ballpark itself, and that's what it looks like outside the ballpark. I got a chance to go through the inside of the stadium today with I-Cubs groundskeeper Mike Andreessen, and he kind of walked me through some of the potential problems in trying to get this field ready for play in less than 2 weeks.
Let's see how we can save that outfield grass. It's going to be underwater for quite a while, I think, the way it sounds.
How high is it at the deepest point in the grass?
The signs are a good foot and a half off the ground, and they're up another foot to 2 foot there, so it's probably 3 feet deep by the wall. And then the grade of the field comes up, so it just tapers off.
It pretty much has nowhere to go, doesn't it?
Right, I don't see any place that water can go except back, you know, we're concrete all the way around except the outfield fence. And it's just got to recede out of there. Ground's so saturated, we're not going to lose any that way.
Is there any chance that the water that's in the outfield now can continue to rise and eventually cover the whole field, you think?
Oh, sure, and it doesn't have far to go either. I would imagine the infield grade is 2 to 3 feet above where the water level is now, so it doesn't have to go far, and we're all underwater.
Looks like the dugouts aren't in real good shape either.
No, all the boards came up. We got to start over there. They have drains that drain into the sewer system. I'm sure the water came up from there, and we just have to wait for that to go down. I don't know when that'll be. The last few rains that we had before the flooding here started, we would see a lot of water come up, and, you know, we had to wait for water to go down before we could play games.
Teams due back a week from Friday. Any chance at all of the team being able to play on this field in the foreseeable future?
Normally, I guess I would say no, there's no chance as far as I'm concerned, but with the construction of the new stadium last spring, we know how fast that stuff can come together, and Yeah, we're going to make every effort we can and get the people in that it takes. And everything will have to fall into place. And if it does, we'll be all right. If things don't fall into place and we're unlucky like everyone else is.
Wishful thinking, best case scenario, what would happen?
No, best case scenario, no more rain. The water levels go down, and we'll just start at first base and work our way around.
And everybody down at the ballpark tells me that Mike Andreessen's the best in the business, so if anybody can get that ballpark playable, it's him.